So today I decided to surprise my wife by making her some chapati. So the process started by I boiling some water in a kettle. This is what I'll be using to mix the flour. So give some time for the water to boil to the boiling point that is around 100 degrees Celsius. And then after that, you will take the water that you've boiled. You can add 1 teaspoon of sugar. The second process will be to add on some salt, and then use that to ensure that everything is mixed up perfectly. So that is the amount of your water I used. As you can see, that is around 1 liter of water, because that tin is around 1.5 liters. So you stir nicely to ensure that you get a nicely mixed salt and water. I don't know how the process is going to turn out. This is the first time I'm doing this, so let's watch it till the end. So I like to keep my place clean, so I will wipe that one out, the water that had spilled over there. So the next step is to take a clean basin and pour some flour. That is what we'll be using to make our chapati for today. So I pour flour, that is a half, around 500 grams, and then I will keep on adding some water to it, and then I start making my dough. So let me try that. Well, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot. I don't think I can do this. Let me try with a spoon maybe, or let me see. Even this one is not, I can see it's not effective, so maybe I'll try to use some cooking stick, and the process is going to run smoothly. So using a cooking stick, you just stir your flour like that, and then the objective is to make a dough that are stuck together, and when you press it a little bit, it comes like it's like a sponge. I don't know how I can describe this. Maybe for the guys who have done culinary art, you can tell me, like, how do you call the flour that has been done nicely. So but this is the first time, so let's see how things goes. I'm sure my wife will be very, very surprised and really happy to see this, regardless of how the process turns out. So let me keep on stirring. As you can see, the flour is now starting to stick together, although it's very, very sticky. That is not ready yet. So at this moment, I think I can stop using the cooking stick and start using my fist. Let's see. Okay, so I will continue like this, pressing my dough, my flour, to make a perfect dough. So let's keep watching, and then we see how things turn out. So that flour is about a half of 1 kg, that is around 500 grams. Don't think it's a little, it's only that I have a big hand, I'm too strong, you get. So that's why it appears little, but in reality it's my hand that is pretty big. So let's continue with the process. This process reminds me sometimes back when my mom was sick, and she couldn't cook, so my dad had to step in. And let me tell you, Maina, during that time, my dad did a lot of work, but something I never liked about my dad is, like, he could cook so early. By around 5 p.m. you will find that at that time we had already eaten our dinner and we were going to bed, because one thing with my dad, he can't miss news, so he usually ensured that he cooks so early so that people eat early, and then people eat early so that he gets his time to watch the news at 7 p.m. So as much as that was good, but one thing about that, it usually left us hungry. By around 11 p.m. you're feeling so hungry and everybody's in bed. So anyway, big up to him. He raised me well. He did a splendid job. I could say he used to step in when required. He never just sat on the fence to watch what happened. So besides that, so the next step we are going to do is to warm some oil. So we will use this oil in making our dough. So there we'll pour some little oil on the shufuria, just a little, not a lot. So we are going to use that oil to make our dough. So the oil won't boil a lot, just a little to warm it, and then after that I will try to spill it or sprinkle it on my flour. So as you can see, that is already the flour that is starting to come up nicely, even though I've not even added some oil. So let me first of all I'll make it flat so that I can be able to pour it on a wider area, to pour some oil on a wider area, and then I will continue with the process of making flour. While watching some of the tutorial or the video of a lady who was making the chapatis, she said this is one of the most important steps, that is making of the dough. So I will pour in some oil on the flour we already made so far, and then I will continue pressing it so that I ensure the oil is mixed up with the flour from all sides. So using my gigantic hand, I continue the process. So I'll just keep on pressing with my hand to ensure that the oil that I've just poured in is mixed evenly throughout all the dough that I'm making. So let me add a little of it, and then I continue the process. This process, I find it to be so therapeutic anyway. I've never tried myself I've never tried to make chapati on my own. I usually see my wife taking her time singing her gospel songs in the kitchen while she makes them. So I said, why not? Why can't I surprise her one of these fine days? So today is that day. So as you can see, this is where we are. Look at that, nicely done. I don't apply a lot of energy like I'm doing. You might end up breaking the basin. Just a little of it. So the president the other day said that he can get a machine to make like around 1 million chapatis. How about if you just get the Kenyan men, with big hands like mine? 10 of them will be enough. Then they can even make like 2 million chapatis in a day. They can make the dough that can make chapatis that can feed the whole city. That is for the people who like eating chapatis. Anyway, that's a joke anyway. So I will continue the process. So after I'm done of making the dough, I will cover it with the plastic paper. Here in Kenya we call it nylon, like the nylon paper, the one that was banned by the government. But there are some people usually sell it to package things like the bread and whatever. So I just picked one of the paper that we had taken the bread from, and then I will cover it for about 10 minutes, so to allow that how do I call it, like the moisture to soften, everything to soften, and then after about 10 minutes then I'll come back. So 15 minutes have passed since I covered our dough, and look at that. I think I could have gotten it. Maybe yes, maybe no. But anyway, the most important thing is that inner drive, or rather, let's say the willingness actually. Like here, we are going to reward the willingness to do something for your loved one, like the family and whatever. That is what is important. Even if we miss out on this, it's okay. We can just go outside there and buy something small. But that willingness to go a notch higher to make something for our family, that is what is important. So after that, we are going to make small balls. This is what we'll use to roll into chapatis. So as I told you earlier, the flour looked like it looked little, but in reality it's a lot. So you can see there, I've made some balls, and then I'll start making chapatis. So when you're making chapati, there is that small table there where I'll be using to roll the chapati. One thing to note is this is the second dough I'm making. The second chapati I'm making, because the first one got stuck there. So let me tell you what I learned from the process. First of all, you have to sprinkle some flour on that round table for making the chapati. So you sprinkle some flour, spread it around so that the chapati do not stick, and then after that you just use your rolling stick. It is wooden. I don't know whether we have some metallic one or whatever, but ours is wooden, so we use it to make chapati. Do not focus so much on the shape. The shapes are not important here. So anyway, shapes are not important. What is important is the process and the outcome of this. And everything will go when you eat everything together with something like the black beans or the green peas or whatever. They'll go and they'll mix themselves inside there. So that is it. We've put our chapati. The first thing, first of all, the pan is a bit warm, so I will put the rolled dough that is flat on the pan, and then I try to turn it a bit before I pour in some oil from the side. So look at that. How is that? I think I'm really excited, and it is good to learn something new once in a while. Who knows, maybe you can find a hobby in doing such kind of things. So as I said, you will try to put some oil on the side so that it gets below the chapati, and then after you've put the oil, you try now to turn the chapati using the spoon. Some people usually use their hand, but I cannot try this because usually the pan is really hot, so I don't want to burn myself, you see. So that is why you can see I'm trying to use the spoon to turn our chapati. So I will do that, and then I will turn the bottom or the lower layer, the lower side, so that every place gets the heat evenly. So I think that is it. This one, for the people who do not know what chapati is, this is in English, I think this is the Indian bread. If I'm not wrong, you can tell me in the comments below if this is the Indian bread or not. So I think I did my best. Maybe my wife will tell you one day how my first chapati tasted to her. She will tell you about it, whether it was good or bad. But in this case, I cannot judge myself. I will let the judges do the judges. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel, like and share. Bye, and I'm out.